He had not spoken to another human being in 31 days. Stay until the end, or the water finally stills. The salt in the air clung to his skin like a damp shroud, a constant reminder of his isolation. As the days blended together, he found solace in the rhythms of the sea, the ebb and flow of the tides, the cry of seagulls on the wind, the gentle rocking of his small boat. But it was on the 30th day that his world began to unravel, the horizon disappearing into a gray mist that seemed to swallow everything in its path. What happened next changed everything he thought he knew about himself. The storm that brewed on the horizon was not just a tempest of wind and water, it was a maelstrom of his deepest fears and doubts. As the waves grew higher and the thunder boomed louder, he felt the smallness of his existence, a speck of dust on the vast and uncaring sea. Yet, in that moment of utter despair, he found a spark within himself, a flame of resilience that flickered to life. The silence that followed the storm was unlike any he had ever heard, a stillness so profound it seemed to reverberate through every cell of his body. As he emerged from the darkness, the sun breaking through the clouds like a benediction, he realized that his journey was not just about survival, it was about the discovery of his own depths. The sea, in all its fury and beauty, had become a mirror, reflecting back to him the contours of his own soul. And it was then, in the warm glow of that newfound understanding, that he encountered his first turning point, the decision to abandon his quest for rescue and instead, to surrender to the journey, to let the sea guide him to wherever it willed. This choice, made in the depths of his solitude, marked a shift within him, a recognition that his survival was not just a physical act, but a spiritual one as well. The days that followed were filled with a sense of purpose he had not felt in weeks, a sense of being part of something larger than himself. He began to see the sea not as an enemy, but as a companion, its rhythms guiding him into a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him. But this harmony was short-lived, as a second turning point emerged in the form of a crippling injury, one that threatened to undo all the progress he had made. A sharp edge of his boat, exposed by the storm, had gashed his leg, leaving him weakened and vulnerable. As he tended to his wound, he was forced to confront the fragility of his existence, the thin line between life and death that he had been dancing upon for so long. This confrontation, though terrifying, became a catalyst for growth, teaching him the value of patience and the importance of living in the present moment. The injury, in its own way, became a blessing, slowing him down and forcing him to listen more deeply to the whispers of the sea. And it was in this state of heightened awareness that he encountered his third and final turning point, the realization that he was not alone. A pod of dolphins, their sleek bodies gliding effortlessly through the water, had begun to follow his boat, their presence a reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. This encounter marked a profound shift in his perspective, a recognition that his survival was not just about himself, but about the web of life that sustained him. As he watched the dolphins play in the waves, he felt a sense of belonging he had never known before, a sense of being part of a larger family that transcended the boundaries of species and space. The days that followed were filled with a sense of wonder and awe, a deep appreciation for the beauty and mystery of the sea. And when, finally, he saw the outline of land on the horizon, he felt not just relief, but a sense of loss, a leaving behind of the solitude and the silence that had become his home. As he stepped back onto dry land, feeling the warmth of the sun on his skin and the solidity of the earth beneath his feet, he knew that he would never be the same. The sea had changed him, had taught him the value of solitude and the depths of his own resilience. And though he would return to the world of men, he would carry the lessons of the sea with him, a reminder of the power of nature to transform and transcend. In the end, it was not the storm that had defined him, but the silence that followed, a silence that had given him the courage to face his deepest fears and to discover the depths of his own soul. He had set out to